Hey, everybody, it's Linda G coming to you from Northern California. Beautiful day, not too hot. I heard it's been really hot elsewhere in the world. I don't know if Oklahoma and Texas, but they said it's been really hot, a lot of storms. We're doing cool here. It's cool in the morning and warm in the afternoon. Um, uh, so Uh, you can see I put my hair up because I didn't know what to do with it. I had the weirdest thing happen today in Costco. I only have a few questions I'm going to answer, but let me tell you the story real quick. So I'm on my own beeswax and I'm shopping at Costco, and I rarely go to Costco. I usually order online. But I was checking in to seeing about ordering something for a party, and apparently they don't do it. So wasted my time. But while I was there, my phone goes off. I thought, uh-oh, because it was that weird noise. And I thought, earthquake. They're gonna say it's an earthquake. But what happened was I opened it up, it was Pulse Point. Have you guys heard of Pulse Point? And it said, there's someone down that needs CPR. Would you be willing to help? Like, okay, right in your location, it said. I said, sure, yeah. I marked yes. And it says, we'll give you instructions how to get there. I said, okay. And then it just did this dot. You see Costco, you can't tell if it's in the in the parking lot or if it's in Costco. You couldn't tell where the hell they didn't say go 200 feet directly in front of you, nothing. So I looked around to see if anybody else was looking at their phone, and they weren't. So it's almost like, remember that show Greenland with uh Gerard Butler? I remember how he was at the grocery store and his phone went off, and it was this weird information. He's looking around and nobody else got it. So I don't know why because other people there would have Post Point. It's for that area. Why they chose me? Did they would not know I'm a retired nurse. They wouldn't know I know CPR. So I just found it interesting. So I went to go check out, and there was a manager at the very front place that I was at. So, I didn't have that many items. I actually wanted to use up. The reason I went inside is I get a lot of points and money at the end of the year from Costco I could use at Costco, but I haven't had time to go use it. So I wanted to use the rest of them so I could forget about it. So all of a sudden, here comes two paramedics bagging a very young gentleman on a stretcher heading out the door. They weren't rushing either, but they were definitely bagging him. And so I looked at her. I said, what's really weird? I got a notice that someone had needed CPR. Would I help? I said yes, but I couldn't tell on the map where the heck this person was. And they said, you're kidding. I said, have you ever heard of that? And they said, no. So I pulled out my phone and showed him. And it was just really weird. But he was young. Of course, I can't ask questions. Apparently, he worked there. He was very young. And I looked at her. I said, hopefully, you guys had some Narcan on board, because there's a lot of young kids that'll take something. Maybe their back hurts and don't realize it's going to kill them. I had a very dear friend. He was going to work. He wasn't a drug addict. He took a drug that he thought was going to help with his back pain, and he was dead. And no one knew to have Narcan on board. But I would have helped. If I could have found him, I would have helped. So anyway, that was weird. That was weird, you guys. So I want to tell you guys about Derek Chauvin. Everybody's right. Dear God, is he going to they're hinting that Trump wants to, give him a pardon. And apparently Walz, governor of Minnesota, has already got some things backing up in case he does this. But let me tell you something. The guy's not going to get out of jail. He's got federal charges, but he's got just as many, if not more, state charges. 22, I think, exact. So he won't be walking the streets. When I first heard it, part of me thinks he would love to do this. Just give him a straight, flat your pardon. Because Marjorie Taylor Greene wrote on her Twitter account, "Oh, thank goodness the president's going to do this because the George Floyd died of a drug overdose." Oh, really? This guy's knee in his neck while he's grinning with his hands in his pockets, grinning at the camera when people are begging him to please get off because you're killing him. This was a drug overdose. Anyway, it doesn't matter what he does, the guy can't get out. And also, if he's trying to get the Black community going, that's what people are thinking. Oh, he's really going to get beat up. No, they know what an idiot he is, and they know he's trying to play them. Let me tell you what, mark my words. No, there won't be uproar. Nobody's going to cause any trouble. He's still going to have to serve time. But if something happened, this is the weird hit I got while I was thinking about this. If something happens, he wouldn't last long. And by that, I mean, I see him being taken out. He couldn't walk down the street and feel comfortable because someone, more so than riding, someone would just take him out. Eventually, we're going to get to sort of a place like that, like a Russia place, but it's not the government taking us out. It's the citizens taking people out in the government. But this is down the road. I don't know. When the new president comes in, we're calm again. Okay, so also I wanted to tell you guys, we've had a large eruption sending ash 3,000 meters into the air from Minami-Dake crater, which is in Japan. Level 3 alert is in place, warning of possible volcanic bombs, pyroclastic flows within 2 kilometers of the craters. So this is something. This is something. This is beautiful. This is just like I told everybody. All I could see was volcanoes going off, and this is just what I told everybody. We got the one in Oregon. We got more. We got one in the Philippines. We got a bunch of volcanoes going off. The earth is really releasing steam. And somebody said there was some outages happening because of the solar flares that are taking place, and that is true. That is true. Okay. So listen, there was some stuff on this Trump tax thing. A gentleman was talking to the people and he said, wait a second. In 2031, those making less than 15,000 a year will see a tax increase of 74%. These people are so stupid. By the way, 2031, Trump is already buried 6 feet under, and there will be another president, and there'll be a lot of help for those working 4 jobs just trying to pay the rent. So don't you worry, you guys. This is part of the reason they're having to go, pack their bags and go. Oh, so Call to Activism said Trump just lied to the reporter about not knowing the Ukraine delegation that is happening. He truthed about it 4 days ago. He would absolutely hate if you reposted this. Yeah, we knew Putin was going to bow out. So let's take a look at that because, oh, look at this. This is from a sweetheart that got this. And she gave me some stones that natives made tools on. Isn't that cute? So just beautiful, you guys. Let me put this on mute. Where's her? Oh, I found out I owe the IRS another $6,000. I made a clumsy mistake. Her name is Becky. Thank you, Becky. You guys, and I also got from another person, but it's so big, it's in my room. It's from Anita. She's a crochets. It's so pretty. I'll bring it out another time. A big, huge blanket. I learned how to crochet in the 70s when my daughter was little. I really enjoyed it. Then I lost the ability to do it. But you know those little square patterns? Okay, so we're going to throw, but I'll throw on the volcanoes too. But let's throw, where is it? We're going to throw on the volcanoes, and we're going to throw about Putin meeting with, he's not going to meet with Zelensky, just like Netanyahu would like to keep his war going. Tell me about Putin meeting with Zelensky. The thing is, Zelensky showed he did his part, and the one who looks bad is Putin. And now Trump's trying to act like, oh, well, of course Putin's not going to come, not if I'm not there. I'm too busy over here getting people to kiss my royal ring. There is a guy in Saudi Arabia that just was on one of these shows who said, you know, I thought he was here to discuss business, but he's here because he wants all the glory and the fame and people to bow to him. It's all ego-based. It's nothing to do with business. It's what you can give him. He said, I would never work with him again. Okay. Does Putin realize how stupid he looks? He's the one that picked Turkey. And now they're trying to blame our poor guy bouncing all over the world, trying to make a ceasefire happen for the sake of his people. If I was Zelensky now, I would say no holds barred, to hell with you. There was a guy that turned out of the Russian army and escaped into Ukraine and told the stories of what they're doing to the Ukrainian children and the people. It was terrible. There's a cruelty in Russia that goes beyond words. Coming up about Putin. I'll only be on here a few minutes just to give you guys the 411. He's got no money. He's looking for money. He's mad at Ukraine because Ukraine's not giving him. I think this has got to do with mineral rights. I think Trump went in there and said he would share with Putin, but Putin wants his part now. Putin isn't well. There's some sort of deep, dark energy around him, like he might have to go to the hospital. Believe it or not, this is going to work in Zelensky's favor, you guys. All of this, because Zelensky tried his damnedest. And this really makes the other nations say, oh, to hell with you. Remember, they told you better cease fire, and he's not going to cease fire. So now they're going to start doing things to Russia. I'm looking at Zelensky. It's still very disheartening what's going on, but here's the Ace of Cups, which means help from everyone around. I think it's the end of Putin. I think Putin will have to end. I think he's got no benefit. He's, he's such a liar, but his lies are just overwhelming. He's like a George, what was that good George guy that's in jail or going to jail? The big liar. Um, so things are going to work out really good. Ace of Cups. So even by next spring, things should be really good. I think even by the summer, but I do see some explosions. So some stuff will come up, and there's natural phenomena coming up. So I don't know if that's everywhere. So natural phenomena is coming up. These volcanoes could be more than, enough. Okay. So Jack Smith's public corruption squad has been defunct. They're gone now. And of course, this was going to happen. Let me tell you something. Breathe and know this too shall pass. He can do everything he wants to try to destroy the innards of this great nation. But what's going to happen, and I know there'll be a lot of piecing things back together, but what's going to happen is not only will all this change on a dime come time for him to be for the midterms, they're not going to be able to save anybody. If they'll all be drowning. And then what happens immediately is they'll put him up on charges. Trump is in trouble. And so those people that were in the background that got pushed out, they'll come forward and help out. And I could see Jack Smith in the White House right now. I can see him standing there working with the new president. So, I know they're not supposed to intermingle, but he's there. Or maybe it's not the White House. Maybe it's more the congressional body. But I see him working hard. If he could, he would get something to get Trump on while he's at The Hague right now. He would get something like shock us all, like, dude, you're in trouble. Did you see Steve Miller's over there with Trump in Saudi Arabia? But that gentleman that talked about this, that he was very, very disappointed in what Trump was, I was like, whoa. Let's see if I could find it. It's one of those short videos. Damn it. Anyway, it was a Saudi guy in Saudi Arabia. He had the hood on and everything. And he's like, yeah. He's like, this guy is not here for making bargains or peace or business. He's here to be the ring to be kissed, to be everyone to fond. And Saudi Arabia ain't stupid. They know what they need to do. Okay, so now they just had a court hearing. I was able to listen to some of it about now somebody said, and I believe them, the reason they're not going to the Supreme Court to challenge or say that the 14th Amendment is not kosher because they know they're going to lose. They got a judge that said, I'm telling you, you got to stop this and end it now. And they're saying just one judge can't do that. That's what their complaint is. And I see the usual suspects, but I see a win. I see a win. I see Amy Barrett, Justice Roberts, maybe even Kavanaugh. Because they brought up, how are you going to get, they said there's remedies for these people. They can take it to their own attorneys, like people have money for that. And then eventually come to Supreme Court. No, they can't. No, they can't. But I tell you, it's going to work. It's going to be good for America. Thumbs up on it. Some people who are journalists had a long conversation the other day with Trump, and he actually admitted that he would listen to the Supreme Court, but he's not listening to the Supreme Court. But he said that out loud. Okay. And you know, a lot of people think that Trump would go to the Dubai or he would make a home there. Initially, I could see the people in that country maybe being nice to him. But after a while, they'll get tired because he expects them to give him money all the time. And sanctions will come on them very hard when the new president comes in. So he's like a nothing burger, like he can't help them. So why are you here? That's what I see. Okay. Um, let's see. Ukraine has done some striking. They hit a whole bunch of Russian airplanes. And I don't, Putin gets desperate. Like, let's just stop this now because he doesn't have the equipment. He doesn't have the personnel. Now, let me ask you something. Let's do this. Since we're talking about airplanes, tell us about what's going on. Will Americans be safe flying airport to airport? Not in New Jersey. LaGuardia is going to have some issues too. Will they remedy this? Okay, hold on. Yeah, they're trying to throw money at it and get people back in there. It's pretty evil what they did and then blaming everybody else. Don't worry, this will be fixed. This will be okay. But the other thing I want to do is this budget that they're trying to put through. I'm feeling like it's not going to go through in the Senate. Let me double check. I mean, 74% more in taxes come 20 something. The thing is that Trump won't be president. All this will be reversed. The budget, will it pass the Senate? There's a lot of them getting a what for from their constituents. Don't you dare. Don't touch that button. Don't you dare. How very dare you? As Derek would say, how very dare you? They don't have it. They just heard they don't have it. Look. And the king is going to be very upset. The big, beautiful budget, my ass. That Johnson's going down. He can't even look up. If you'll notice, he's always looking down. Everybody's stuck. There's no motion, no movement. I think it's going to have to go back to the drawing board at least 3 times. He's not going to get a lot of stuff that he wanted. He's not going to get a lot of the stuff. How is America going to be in the month of June, especially with finances? How's America going to be in the month of June, especially with finances? And let me tell you right now, you guys, I had a psychic hit, minding my own beeswax. It wasn't Japan I saw. I saw some sort of physical disruption in the geography of Washington, not Washington, D.C. Oh, my face still hurts. Still look swollen. It hurts. There's some sort of physical disruption that's going to take place in Washington State. I saw it. I saw motion. I saw dust. I don't know what that is. I see Washington. I see that Japanese volcano taking off pretty well. The one in Oregon is going to cause some disturbance, but it won't be Armageddon or tidal wave type of disturbance. I don't get that. I feel big time storms in the ocean coming in, big time storms. People are just tired of having to struggle just to make ends meet. They're just really tired. Before Trump is totally out, there will be people standing up, and it won't be from the Black nation. It'll be all peoples standing up saying we're done. As it is, people are marching left and right, which is a beautiful thing. But you guys pray for this nation that everything's going to be okay. Poor children are dying as we speak because of that AIDS. And Robert Kennedy feels like he's getting ready to exit. Something's going on with him. I don't think you should get medical advice from me, he says. I'll say he doesn't have an MD behind his name. So, and Kash Patel feels like he's on the chopping block. And I see Trump furious. His face is beet red. So he goes to this place that treats him like a king. And then he's back here and everybody's disrespecting him and he's furious. And I see him doing something pretty stupid. So in his craziness, did you see he wants a big banner at the Library of Congress, a big, huge banner of his face, cost the U.S. taxpayers $180 million. He wants banners of his face, like he's something to look at. We got to live here, for Christ's sakes. So anyway, okay, well, that's what I want to give you now. I'll be back at 3 o'clock today, Pacific time. I'm doing my members. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. 3 o'clock. Love you all. Cheers.